Well, welcome back, friends. In this video, we'll share something that hasn't been seen here at the old house in the corner in quite a while, and that's the feature we call Cooking with Megs. Yes, we had some requests for Megan to get back into the kitchen and cook some of her favorites.
Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done my own little video on the YouTube channel, but I'm gonna be making a mocha cake today. Yeah, let's get to it. So we're starting with just some water and mixing that with some coffee. It calls for espresso powder, but I don't have any of that, so coffee will work just fine. I've made it before with just coffee. It's just 1 teaspoon, and you gotta mix. Now I'm just adding the butter. Gotta cut it up into chunks. And adding that to the water and coffee grounds that I added in. And we have to let the butter then melt. So now we have the butter in there and it's melting, and we're gonna add cocoa powder. And then we'll whisk it again just to mix in the cocoa powder. The butter is still melting. It's looking pretty good. So that's what it looks like right now. As you can see, it's still got some chunks of butter, so we still gotta let it melt. Melt. Okay, that's probably good. So now I'm gonna take it off the stove and just stir it until I make sure all the butter is not like clumped. I think that's good. That has to set aside to cool for 10 minutes while I work on the other stuff. The next thing I'm going to do is use pastry flour and add the flour to the mixing bowl. 3/4 a teaspoon of baking powder, and then 1/4 of baking soda. And now the most important ingredient in the cake, sugar. If you leave that out, it's not going to taste very good. Plenty of times I have forgotten ingredients. The biggest one was sugar. One time I made a Texas sheet cake and I forgot to put sugar in it until I already got it in the pan. So then I had to stir while it was in like the cake pan thing already, stir the sugar in because I had forgotten to put it in the mixing bowl. This recipe calls for sour cream, but I like to use my own little twist on it. I just put yogurt in it, Greek yogurt. Feel free in any recipe just to add your own little twist. So just gonna add it. We're gonna add some vanilla. I never measure vanilla, just put as much as you want in. Just a good amount. And now we have the eggs. That was pretty good. And we'll just mix that together. Now I think we can add the chocolate mixture to the rest of this. We're just gonna add all the chocolate mixture into this. And start it on a low. That might have been not a good idea. Lesson learned, next time, don't add all of it at once. Okay. It's not a full kitchen experience without a little mess. There we go. Mix it until all looks pretty smooth. It's looking pretty good.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
It's looking pretty good. So now all we need to do is get it in the pan and get it in the oven. I can really smell the coffee. Yeah. This recipe actually calls for a Dutch oven that you put the cake in, but we don't have the right size, so I'm just using this bundt pan. Works pretty well. And just like that, it's ready to go in the oven.
Seven hours later.
And that's the finished product of the cake with some peanut butter frosting. The recipe doesn't call for frosting, but I thought peanut butter would go well with this, so peanut butter it is.
We hope you liked that episode, and stay tuned. There'll be another Cooking with Megs and a special guest coming up in the future. Hey, if you like this video, do us a huge favor. Smash that like button down below. And if you're not yet a part of our YouTube family, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications so you know when we post a new video. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook.